Hey guys, we are today talking about lesson 12.2, customary units of length. And I actually went ahead and we are going to start on page 648. And let's just go ahead and dive right in. We are going to be comparing how many inches there are in feet, how many feet there are in yards. Let's go into our first example here. We've got that Emma has 4 feet of thread. She needs 50 inches of thread to make some bracelets. How can she determine if she has enough thread to make these bracelets? So 1 foot is 12 times as long as 1 inch, which simply means there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So we know that already, and we're looking at our table here that we've got. Okay, so if we've got feet, if we're given the bigger unit of measure, so we're given feet. Feet is the bigger unit of measure. Inches are smaller than feet. Okay? When we are given the bigger unit of measure and we're trying to figure out how many of the smaller unit of measure are within it, we multiply. Okay? So to use this example to explain what I'm talking about, when we are given a foot and we're trying to figure out how many feet, we're trying to figure out how many inches are in that foot, we take however many feet we're given times 12, because there's 12 inches in a foot. So let's look at number 2 right here. To figure out this number of inches, we take 2 times 12, because there are 12 inches in a foot, and we know that 2 times 12 is 24. I'm going to do IN for inches. And then I'm going to write 24 into my table right there. All right, so now I'm given 3 feet. So I'm going to do 3 feet times 12. And that 12 is there because there are 12 inches in a foot. And 3 times 12 is 36. Got 36 inches. I'm going to write it in both spots. Then my next spot is 4. Okay, I've been given 4 feet. I'm going to do 4 times 12 because there are 12 inches in a foot. 4 times 12, we get 48 inches. And then 5. We could do 5 feet times 12 inches. And that would give us 60 inches. So, again, feet is the bigger unit of measure. So you do the amount of feet times the amount of inches within the foot to figure out how many inches there would be in that many feet. But now let's continue on with our problem there. We've got 4 feet, or Emma has 4 feet of thread. And we just solved that up here to figure out how many inches 4 feet would be. We solved that there. We did 4 times 12. And 4 times 12 is 48. Compared to our 50 inches. We didn't have to convert this. We want them to have the same label when we are comparing. And inches goes together. All right, so now we're just comparing 48 inches to 50 inches. 48 is the smaller of the two numbers, so 4 feet is less than 50 inches. So Emma does not have enough thread to make her bracelets. So now let's pop on over to the next page, page 649. And we're looking at number 1. And number 1 is asking us to compare the size of a yard to the size of a foot, and we'll use that model there to help us. Well, we know that there are 3 feet in 1 yard, so each one of these boxes is going to get 1 foot. Meaning that the yard measure, 1 yard, is a greater unit of measure than the 1 foot measure. So 1 yard is 3 times as long as 1 foot. That means you'd have to do 1 times 3 to get the same length. Okay? Same rule applies here. when we are given the greater unit of measure, yards are bigger than feet. And we're trying to convert them over to the smaller unit of measure. We take the amount that we have times the amount that goes within it. So that's hard to say without being specific. So let's practice it with number 2 here. I have 2 feet equals how many inches? So I'm going to take the 2, the amount that we have of the feet, and I'm going to multiply by how many inches are in 1 foot. So I have 2 times 12 to convert 2 feet into inches. So 2 times 12 would give me 24, so that'd be 24 inches. Which that makes sense. I should have a lot more inches as my answer than the amount of feet because feet is a bigger unit of measure. Let's look at number 3. We have 3 yards. So 3 is the amount that we have. There are how many feet in a yard? 3. So we're doing 3 times 3 to figure out how many feet 3 yards is equivalent to. And 3 times 3 would give me 9. So 3 yards is equivalent to 9 feet. Okay, next I've got 7 yards. Okay, so I'm doing 7 is the amount of yards that I have times how many feet are in a yard? 3. So I'm doing 7 times 3, and that would give me 21. So that would be 21 feet. 21 feet is equivalent to the length of 7 yards. And that's all that's asking us to do down here on 5, 6, and 7, so we'll go ahead and skip that. Numbers 8, 9, and 10 are asking us to compare the sizes of these. Now, you can convert either way. However, in this lesson today, we are learning how to convert from the larger unit of measure to the smaller, which is easier, but you can do either way. 1 foot is equivalent to how many inches? Okay, so I'm going to write, I'm going all the way down here to number 11, so I have some space to write. I have 1 foot times 12 inches, so I can convert it, and 1 times 12 is 12. So now I'm now I'm comparing 12 inches to 13 inches, and 12 is less than 13. Now if I look over here at number 9, I've got 2 yards compared to 6 feet. Okay, so I'm writing 2 because that's the amount of yards that I have times how many feet are there in a yard, and there are 3, so 2 times 3 equals 6. So I'm comparing 6 feet to 6 feet, and those are equivalent. 6 is the same number, and they have the same label. So our last one here, number 10, we're comparing 6 feet to 60 inches. 6 is the amount of feet that I have. Feet is the larger of the 2 units of measure. There are 12 inches in a foot. 6 times 12. Okay. Gives me 72. So I'm comparing 72 now inches to 60 inches, and that is greater than. And that's really all there is to it today. So for your homework, you'll need to do numbers 2 through 12 on the front of your assignment. If you've got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a good day.